Take two. I forgot to start my camera. Okay. Good morning and welcome to day 180 of my 1,000-day adventure and day 186 of my Course in Miracles. I mention that because the synchronicity between what happens in my life and my Course in Miracles is beautiful. This morning I wake up because today I'm going to start shooting my videos for an intro course I have for Youmekido. And so when I woke up, it was kind of this excited. All right, here we go. Things are going to get going. And then first thing in the morning, I start listening. Well, after I get around, then I start listening to my Course in Miracle lessons. And as the synchronicity of those happens, it was about the salvation of the world is my responsibility. Or, I can't remember the exact wording, but it was basically, the world is dependent on me. And depending on you. And for me, it just, boom, hit me. I knew what it meant. I'm meant to provide Youmekido to the world. It's a beautiful message. It's helping me so much every single day. It's transforming my life. It's just incredible. And so, wow, the lesson of Course in Miracles to what I'm doing right now, it's wonderful. And with that, let's start talking about Youmekido. And this video and the ones coming up are going to be videos I'm going to be just putting out there. They're going to be in line with the lessons, yet they're not going to be exactly edited or whatever. I'm not going to be reaching over for my notes, even though I have a good idea of what I'm going to be talking about. Just want to kind of have them here so that I can put it down. As I watch the video back, I'll know how to make the real one better. And I got a great idea for my Youmekido videos. I'm going to go up into the mountains and spend a day or so shooting them. So with that, let's begin. What is Youmekido? Youmekido is extreme spirituality. And what is extreme spirituality? Extreme spirituality are those things that you do which help you find your way. And while they may seem extreme when you go in reality they're not. They're very simple. They're going to open your eyes. And that's what Youmekido does. Youmekido is a spiritual practice for spiritual development. Youmekido is a spiritual practice of Youmeki. And Youmeki comprised of 3 parts. Okay, I'm going to have to figure this one out. Is Youmeki or Youmekido? I would say Youmekido. Youmekido comprises of 3 parts. Namaste. NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and Reiki. And when you combine all 3 of these, they create an amazing practice for life that'll transform it so fast and beautifully. It's unbelievable. And I haven't even started to find the power of it. So, Namaste, NLP, and Reiki. Let's first go over Namaste in this video. Namaste. You may see me in the videos, I'll lay my notes down, where I will end the videos with a Namaste. Namaste is a greeting and a leaving. We don't say goodbye because it's never goodbye, it's just that a person is leaving. And when that is done, the statement Namaste is given along with the gesture of hands up here and the bow. So let's break this down. Going for my notes. Because I got it laid out so nicely here. Namaste is a Hindi word which the meaning is broken down into 2 parts. The first part, the first 2 syllables, Nama, which means to bow. And te, which means, and I kind of found 2 definitions, you or to you. And I should say now, and I wanted to say at the beginning, I used to do trainings all the time, and I started my training out with the statement one of my NLP trainers used. Everything I say is going to be bullshit. Don't believe anything you hear coming out of my mouth. Yet, if anything resonates, I would suggest you try it in your life. And if it works, use it. If not, throw it away. The other side of this intro is going to be, I've gone through my life and I look for things and I study things. If I see something, I go in and I find out, I'll ask people, or I'll use the internet like a lot of us do. Yet when I use the internet, I will go to different sources to make sure that what I have and what I'm looking for, there's a bit of continuity between it. Maybe it's not absolutely the truth, it's yet there's quite a few people looking at that and saying, yes, that's what it is. And I bring this up because I'm not going to be bringing up and telling you where my resources are. I might a couple of times. Yet, for me, I believe this stuff. It works for me. I'm using it. And what I'm doing is I'm sharing what works for me with you. And so for you in your life, there's no truth, there's no absolutes. Well, there's a few. Yet with the majority of this, and even Reiki, there's no truth of what it is. It's up to you to find your answer. Even with Reiki and Dr. Usui, what he said wasn't the God-given rule of what this is all about. Even what God is, there's no answer or final of what it is. It's up to you to find it. So, of these things I share with you, of destinations, of meanings of that, I'm going to say, if what I say is true, or sounds true to you, or resonates, try it in your life. Go and then search out and see if it's right. That's how this all works. Yet, if you're looking for me to give you where this is, what it is, I'm not going to do it. I found a good enough answer for me, and I'm passing that on to you. If you find something that doesn't register with you and you find something different, please share it with me. I'm always open to learning. So let's continue on with Namaste. So as I said, Namaste means, just literal meaning in Hindi means to bow to you. Now, Namaste also, we went that, okay. Namaste also, in the Hinduism meaning, it has a meaning, I bow to the divine to you. And it's my definition here is, and why I have in my notes, because it's important the way I have it written. In Hinduism, Namaste is a Sanskrit meaning of, I bow to the divine in you. Now the word I wanted to get in there was Sanskrit. Sanskrit is a writing, I believe it's books, I've looked a bit into this, coming from origin of, as we know, of India, which is actually the area we're actually looking at is the Hin region. Now I want to focus on the Sanskrit. I have done a lot of looking into studying and actual using what is called mantras, which were from Sanskrit. And so from what I understand, the original Sanskrit was writings that gave what a sound was. Because people back in the old days, they just wanted to figure stuff out. They'd look at these mountains and the great power and sounds and what's this thing, and they didn't understand this stuff, and they went up into the mountains to understand this and spend time looking at it. And what they discovered is by chanting a sound and thinking of something happened. So like for gratitude, and they chanted a sound, wow, something happened around that sound that they did with the feeling and thought of gratitude. And so then people would come up to these people who were doing this stuff, searching, and they would say, what have you learned? And they would say, well, we found out that this made us think of this. Try to take that back to the other villagers and go, they went, and they did this. So what they then did was they said, well, we got to transfer this information to here. Let's write down the sound so that people can look at it and say, oh, Om. And so that's where I believe the original Sanskrit was written or created, to create the sounds. And so then, as I'm looking at Namaste, I go, okay, Sanskrit has to do with sound, has to do with these original people. This goes back a long ways. I'm going to give some credence to this because I'm trying to find where did this come from. They also found figurines dating back 2,000 to 3,000 years into this time, and they were showing the bow. So this is the earliest times that they're finding these things coming together in the Hind region. And the Hind region is an area that encompasses most of India. And I did some searching yesterday, and this is the deepest that I found myself. So, that region, which is the Hind people, the Hind language has to bow. The Hinduism faith comes from those people. And now the Hinduism faith of Hinduism has been just related to the people of Hindu. And the language of Hindu of the Hind region is the fourth most popular language in the world behind Mandarin, Spanish, and English. So this is pretty important. So I'm going to give credence that Namaste came from this area of people and came from this meaning of the Hinduism, the faith and the belief of I worship or I respect and bow to the divine in you. And what the bow thou then goes into, it's more of not just so much I bow to you, but I bow to the divine which is inside of you. I recognize the oneness that is inside of you. I recognize that this is where it gets into when you go a little bit deeper into this. This is where we start into Namaste is bowing to the divine in you, which is recognizing the divine in me, and we are all one. Let me look at my notes to make sure that I'm all up to there. Yeah. I did it. I said what my notes are. That's what the key part of Namaste is all about within Youmekido, is recognizing that when I look out into the world is me and the world is looking back. We're all one. We're all part of it. If you go down to the cosmic vibration, we're all one. That's what this is all about. And so that's what I wanted to share. I hope you got something out of this. I'm going to review it. I got a lot out of going through and learning about myself. And I want to integrate it more and more into my life. In the beginning, it felt a little corny to do the bow. Even in Thailand, I'll be going over that. But for now, it's bringing more and more, and I really get it. And so with that, have an absolutely wonderful, amazing day. Namaste.